and realize that there's so much awesome, great things out there. It's incredible.
It's weird. It's awesome.
It's
Oh.
I don't know. I'm always grateful when I get the chance to see it.
Well, and that's the thing, and it's like what I think is crazy then too, right? Like, yeah, we were like, wow, we like what a small world. We say that phrase
Yeah.
all the time, right? But I think it's because we make it a small world. We try and connect ourselves in that sense.
Ready?
Yeah. Clink.
Blink.
Going with a Corona. Does that mean you found your beach?
Yeah, dude, it's hot as hell here today. It is hot. It is like 80 degrees for the Oregon
No.
coast, which
Get
is hot here.
get out of town.
Yeah,
We've been sitting here in Billings, Montana this last week. It's been about 100 degrees yesterday.
that's a
Uh,
different kind of heat, though.
it's a dry heat. So what sucks about it is when you're out here and people like come out to Montana and like South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, they don't understand the heat as much because it's that like it's a dry heat. So it's like oh, I'm out, I'm doing something, I'm fine, I'm not sweating, but then like all of a sudden I'm exhausted. Like it just hits you like a wall. Like
Yeah.
heat exhaustion out here, like out where you are, you're because you're feeling it right now. See,
Oh God.
we don't
Yeah,
feel it
no,
until
you
it's too
feel
late.
it like 70 here. You feel that heat, you know?
That's that humidity shit too.
Yeah.
See, we don't got that, and it's just that dry. It's scary because like when I was working at Pompey's Pillar, we'd have a few of those days, 100-degree, 103-day, 3, 4 days in a row like that,
Mm-hmm.
and it would. Those are the days you gotta watch out because like you gotta drink a lot of water. Yeah, because those ones you'd get people heat stroke, shit like that.
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden, like I walked up those steps and I didn't realize how hot it was. I was exerting my body too much, and boom. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, because I
Hot.
brought that up there,
Yeah.
I was a park ranger at Pompey's Pillar National Historical Monument in Pompey's Pillar, Huntley Project, Montana area.
That's
Um,
why we every now and then it's Ranger Zach.
every once in a while, I did do a Rangers Act series with the BLM. That's who actually manages the property, and I don't think people understand that when it comes to like organizations like that, right? Like everyone thinks national parks, national park system, but like this is the rock, the only living visible evidence of the Lewis and Clark journey that still exists today, where William Clark signed his name into a rock along their trail. Um, because the Fort Clatsop, where you're at right now, that burned down.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
not in the actual spot.
yeah, it's just a replica and kind of a
Well, no, even like the spot that this replica's at, it's not in the actual spot where the fort was.
yeah. That's what I mean.
So,
Like this is
yeah,
the Pompey's Pillar was a thing. It's because it's the middle of nowhere, Montana. Let's be real.
yeah, right.
It's desert. Like I said, your summers you're 103 degrees. Winters it's -60 and windy out there. So it's like it's
Hmm.
shit. But it was cool. It was a fun place to work at. But yeah, I did some ranger shit. But yeah, BLM land. We are getting into that, and I thought it was you've had some experiences on some BLM land. People are unsure what it is because it's not as big as like the national park system because it's more out here in the west, like Nevada, Utah, Montana. Really,
Yeah,
California has a little bit. Oregon has very little. But BLM land is like it's
they're
public
cool.
land that you can use.
Yeah, they're super cool. You can actually camp on most of them and you don't have to pay anything. Some of them you pay like a really, really small fee, but like typically you go to a park, you're like a national park, you're gonna end up paying like $20, which 20, $25, which isn't bad. Like, don't get me wrong about that. But like you can go to a BLM land and there's a lot just outside of a lot of parks, national parks too, and you can camp on those for free, which is super. So
Yeah. Well, and what's cool is like people don't understand like the BLM. It's more of the public land. It's more owned in access for you. Like you go down to Utah. A lot of the like Bears Ears, I think was part BLM land
Mm-hmm.
before it was a national park. And Capital, a lot of like the national park area is so big because like they can only pay for so much, but then the BLM money can own the other land around it, and people don't realize that. They don't, if you really look at a true map, you could see the places you can go and your public land, especially for hunting too. Like up here in Montana, BLM land that's good hunting land. It's land it's usually just set aside to just sit there and be land and never be
Mm-hmm.
touched. I think you see it in the places where it's not really like national park or even national forest worthy, but it's the grasslands out in North Dakota, South Dakota. It's the land that is there for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, how many times have we done these recordings and your phone goes off, man?
Oh, that's not my phone. It's emails.
Oh,
It's because you sent me the email, and I open up my email, and here I'll quit it.
God,
Look what you're supposed to
I
say.
think like majority of the podcasts we've recorded, at some point we hear a bling.
Well, it's because I'm
Popular
selling stuff on eBay right here.
guy.
I side hustling. You gotta pay your student loans. I gotta sell my baseball cards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if people want to buy my baseball cards, buy my baseball cards.
But anyway, we kind of just jumped into stuff right away. But
That's fun.
yeah, I mean, I haven't said how you doing. Haven't asked how you doing yet today.
How am I doing?
How you
It's
been?
good. I've been just kind of hanging out. Work's been slow. Um, and I just been going places. Last time we spoke, I was talking about going up to go see the comet, going up and seeing the comet. I went back up after the podcast by myself because, as I said last time, I was with Jared. And, when you're with someone else that's, like he had a long day, he was up at 4 a.m. or whatever the day before because he was working. And so he was tired, and I felt bad because like we left at like 10, 11. I'm sitting out there taking pictures till 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm gonna sleep in the car back, and I'm like, that's fine, man, like you do you. But I kind of felt bad, and I wanted to get more pictures, but knowing me, I would have stayed out there till 4 or 5 in the morning, still taking pictures all night long. But I didn't want to do that to Jared, so I went back the next night. I went back a little earlier and actually caught it before the sunset, and caught the sunset. You can see some of the pictures of my Jeep of that day on the Rougaroo's Instagram
The
at
Rougarou.
the underscore Rougaroo. Yeah, it's a good one.
It will be down there.
Well, what's fun about it is like today, man, within 20 minutes of driving, I probably drove a total of 20 minutes today. I had like 3 people like take pictures of my car as I'm driving it, so it's kind of cool. Like this old lady, she was sitting in the car behind me with her husband. I say old, she's probably like 40s, 50s. So not that old, but old to me.
Yeah.
She's sitting there on her phone, like taking pictures of my car. Like you could see it because she's like the way that age group holds up a phone to take a picture. And it was fun. It was just funny. And then I pulled in because I was getting Cafe Rio for lunch. Love Cafe Rio. So if you guys want to send me gift cards for fun, like why not?
God.
But I pulled in and there's these 2 kids, man, and you could tell they liked cool cars, cool things. And they're just like, oh my gosh, and I really truly think, people think they're like, those guys look for Bigfoot. And that's what I'm going for. That's what I was doing. I'm up on the mountain until 2 in the morning. Like there's a comet outside. You think if there was a Bigfoot, he'd want to come see the comet?
Yeah.
You know?
For sure, man. No, the comment was cool. I have been trying to get it, but it's been so gosh darn foggy here and overcast, and so you can't see any stars. And then finally, 2 nights ago, finally had a clear night, and I was able to see it. So I was like,
Oh, you did?
yeah, I saw it 2 nights ago, and then we went and looked last night. Saw it last night too. And there's also a meteor shower that peaks next week. So
I was seeing quite a few actually, so they must be part of it, huh?
yeah, so like you'll see some, because I mean I saw some too, and you
Yeah.
definitely will see see them, but like you'll really see them like next, let's say Sunday, so by like Thursday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, they'll be like really going.
Um, I'm
Southern
listening.
deltas, if anyone's curious what meteor shower it is.
What time is the peak, and where where at where at in the sky would you see this meteor shower?
So I believe they are shooting more from like east going towards west.
Hmm.
And I don't know time peak wise, just if you have a cleared sky, you're gonna see some shooting stars. So
Well, I had some, and you can see on some of the photos, and I'll get them uploaded for people to see so you could share. But if you're listening to the video portion of the podcast, you'll be able to see these images. But yeah, in some of the images, you'll see it looks like a star that got drug across the image, which is
mhm.
actually the movement of the meteor going across the image, the light bouncing off of that. And another cool thing that is really, if you really sit up there, like a lot of my photos, I'm doing 30 seconds of exposure. So my camera is open for about 30 seconds. And you can see the movement of the stars. So the stars are more of like an oval shape than they are a circular shape, because they are
Yeah,
moving in that time. Like that's how fast like the Earth is actually spinning.
yeah, right.
Think about it, so that's why like at night you see this comet and it's boom, 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 boom. And I was up, and in my photos, I really like doing this because you turn the moon into the sun almost,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but it's still the moon. And it if you look at the photos, like you could see the moon and it just looks like almost like a sunset, and then all the stars in the dark sky, and that's the way it captures it. And I have that in some of my photos. So that's the like style I kind of like doing stuff
Yeah, I'm
with
gonna
my night photography.
try and get some up for people to see. So
And then, so actually last night, here's one right here
here, actually, what we'll do, because this is, oh no, no, right here. No, I got you. I got you.
on the gram.
Check this.
Um,
No, even better for the publicity here. Just boom, Zachary of Quartz Lake.
Ooh, look at that.
Like,
So actually,
so like there's one of them. That's the comet for the
yeah,
people.
exactly. So and what's cool, if you could, can you see the blue line coming like off the comet, like straight up from it?
Oh, because
Yes,
this one has two tails. Uh,
yes. Go ahead and talk
so
about
yeah,
that.
so this comet has two tails. The Neowise, for anyone who hasn't like been paying attention. Um, So that's why when you're looking at a lot of these pictures of the comet itself, you'll see the big kind of tail, which is really easy to see in this picture. But then there's another kind of tail going along with it, which is very cool to see.
Well, and what it is. So go ahead and go to my personal page.
Yeah.
Um, and what the two tails are, the smaller, fainter trail, it's more of a blue line. That's the actual comet's path. Um,
Yeah.
while this like the white going off to the right, the like spray is the like dust behind the comet.
Yeah. Oh,
No, it would be the
that's,
one
yeah, yeah.
above it
This one.
right here. And actually, right here, I like this photo. So what I did here
Your
is
selfie attempt.
I had a long exposure. I took the picture. I went and walked in front of the camera, and I flashed a flashlight just real quick, and that's what I got. So I got my picture with the Neowise comet here.
Yeah. It's not every day you can get your picture taken with this.
No, and it was cold. It was
Yeah.
cold up there. Yeah, and that's the moon. That was what I was talking about. See, it's
Oh,
setting
yeah, yeah,
actually.
there
The
you
moon
go.
is setting. It was only up for a little while there, and it's setting. And right above, you can see all the stars in the Neowise comet there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's just that's
yeah,
super.
it was beautiful. I mean, the
Yeah,
number.
it really is. It's a cool comment. Um,
I'm glad we gotta talk about it. We gotta take some pictures of it. We gotta share it with everybody.
yeah,
Uh,
it's
I
a
hope.
super cool um, comet to see. You know, if you didn't get a chance to see it, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to because it doesn't come back for another 6,000 plus years. So,
6,800.
yeah, so it's kind of a bummer. And the next comet after this one is not until 2060. So it's another
Famous comet
40 years until the next comet. So,
that we know of, though,
oh no,
because
that's true that we know of. Because I mean, no, we didn't even know about this comet until March.
exactly, and that's the thing is that's if you really think of space, that's the history of it. Like we are literally creating the history of space, like documented history. I should
Yeah,
correct that, but it's the fact that we are, we don't know what's out there. We're
yeah,
just figuring out space. We went to the moon in the 60s. That was 60 years ago. It's been like one like lifetime of people really to really explore and understand space. Yes, there were Aristotle and guys like that, uh, studying the stars and not that. Aristotle, right? Yeah.
I don't know if there's. So I'm not good on historical people.
Me neither. Someone go ahead and fact check us on that. If you feel free, shoot us an email at
Or
wanderingwayspodcast at
if you
gmail.com.
know some astronaut, know a lot about astrology and all of that, hit us up as well, and maybe we'll have you on as a guest to talk about that kind of stuff. Because I
That,
love listening to that kind of stuff. So
that would be cool.
yeah,
No, I mean, yeah, like they studied it, the heliocentric, geocentric, where everyone thought the Earth was the center of the universe.
hmm,
But really, it's like, no, the sun is the center of the solar system and we go around the sun, like
yep,
that whole theory and all that. Like, yeah, we studied it, but like really like the mapping and understanding and knowing when comets will appear and this would fly by and that would fly by, like that's like present day. Like this comet, like you said, we discovered it in March.
yeah,
Here it is now in July, so that's what, 3, 4, 5 months
yeah.
ish.
It's
Like
crazy.
it took us to understand this being biased. So yeah, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh
so there
yeah,
could be a
we
comment
could
next
find something.
month.
Yeah, anything could happen.
Yeah,
But um, I do know there's meteor shower next week, and then there's another one in the middle of August. So
that's cool.
yeah, start going out looking. Um, I mean, space is cool anyway. I
Yeah.
mean, literally, as I'm looking out at this comet last night, I could do like almost a 180 flip of view from the comet. I can then flip, and I see Jupiter and Saturn all right there.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah, and
and
then that's the thing in all my Milky Way photos. That's Jupiter right there, the
yeah,
big bright star. Yeah,
big old bright one. And then Saturn's just right next to it right now. So we put the spotting scope on Saturn last night.
yeah.
It's super cool to see because, you think of a circular planet, right? But because of the rings and everything, it takes the circle, right? And it flattens it. So it's at like an angle. And you could see it through the spotting scope, that actual angle of like, just looks like you take a circle and squish it, make it at that angle. And it was super cool to see.
Well, and not only that, but yeah, like I when I was me and Tyler we're at Duck Creek one night and we saw Venus, because Venus is the one you see when the sun is setting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you look at it and you're like, no, that's the bounce off the curvature of the planet. That's not the flash of the whole planet. That's the curve of it when you see it, like at the right light, and it's
Yeah.
just, oh,
If
it's cool.
you like right now, if you're up at like 4 in the morning, I think you can see Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, and Uranus. So
Wow,
yeah, my brother-in-law was telling me last night that he was up. He just happened to be up at 4, so he saw them all.
wow,
Yeah, super cool, super cool to see.
damn, stars are cool, man.
Yeah, no space stars. I love that shit. I mean, that's why I have that book to help to like identify constellations and stuff.
Oh, it's fun. I
Yes, I
got
know
that on
there's
my
apps
phone.
and stuff you can use, but
I
it's a
have
lot more fun to use a book and try and figure it out yourself.
Skyview.
Yeah, you got Skyview. I got
Well,
some of them I use.
it's like, ooh, look at the SL3 rocket body, just trash floating in space. Let's see if we can get the Neowise.
You probably won't right now, but no,
Well,
I love that stuff, man.
oh, it's so cool. Like, look at this.
I love when you see just big old bright stars all through the night. That's why I like going backpacking, man. Get away from all the light. You're out in the
Yeah.
middle of the woods. I'm laying in my hammock looking up and just boom. You're
Oh,
like, oh my gosh, just look at it. Well, actually, it's funny about the Perseids, which is the meteor shower that happens in August. So last year, when I moved into the house in Humboldt,
yes, sir. I'm listening.
um, I couldn't move into the room that I was going to be living in yet because that guy just needed a little bit extra time because his job was finishing up, which was cool and everything. But I slept outside in my hammock, and so it happened to also be right during the like peak of the meteor shower.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just laying there, right, in my hammock, going to bed, and I just gonna look up and just it was awesome.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, like when we camped up in Glacier,
Hmm.
you're looking up at the stars. They're just right there, like just
Hmm.
littered. And I don't think a lot of people understand that too, because you do have the like a lot of people live in cities, light pollution. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I bet there's nights you're like, wow, look at their stars. We can see stars. It's a clear night. Or
Right.
you get out into the woods, where you are, you'll be able to see them. But like when,
Not the
like,
same.
I mean, when you're up on top of a mountain, like I was talking to Thea last night when we did this, or Friday night when we did this, it's like, look at this. There's no one else around us for miles.
Yeah.
There's the nearest light is a city of like 5,000 people about
Yeah.
30 miles down the mountain.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
It's you're just like, and then you just like you see the Milky Way gases making just all of it, just the
Mhm.
way it's just cool.
Yeah.
And uh it's an experience that I think people need to, you need to respect it, because it's like we are not as big as we think we are.
Oh yeah, it makes you feel like you're such a small thing in this world.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Hydrate or Dihydrate. Because you can't drink water, people. Hydrate. If you don't hydrate, you're going to dehydrate. So please hydrate or dihydrate. Enjoy listening.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's nuts, and I think that's a bigger quest. I think,
Hmm.
I don't think enough people understand that. I think people get caught up in the like the monetary way of life of like, I need to work hard, be good at this, do this, do this. They focus too much on that aspect of it, rather than the like, wow, like this truly is a gift. We're living in this thing that is beautiful and we get to experience it, but like why and how and what. And
Oh
I
yeah.
think we get caught up in the daily shit that, all the stuff man has created, we get caught up in that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's just you got to realize that you are just a small piece of this world. It's such a small peck or speck too in time, you know. Like take the average lifespan of a person, I think it's like 80 years, around 80 years. Like if you think about it, like that's not that long of a time, you know.
No,
So you just got to take time, take the moment, enjoy being it, and realize that there's so much awesome, great things out there. It's incredible.
it's weird. It's awesome.
It's
Oh.
I don't know. I'm always grateful when I get the chance to see it.
Well, and that's the thing. And it's like, what I think is crazy then too, right? Like yeah, we were like, wow, we like what a small world. We say that phrase
Yeah.
all the time, right? But I think it's because we make it a small world. We try and connect ourselves in that sense with one another,
Yeah.
where where we really need to be like, think of all the cool shit we've seen here in the US.
Yeah. Right.
Grand
Right.
Canyon, Bryce Canyon, Arches, this, Old Faithful, all these
Mhm.
true icons. And then you're like, that's just a speck.
Yep.
You got Antarctica, Greenland, Canada, even. Alaska's its own place,
Then
China,
yeah,
the
then start going
Himalayas,
down to like Australia, New Zealand, Patagonia, uh,
South America.
yeah, South Africa, all those places too.
Yeah.
The Himalayas, all that. There's so much cool stuff out there. I want to
Oh,
see it all.
oh, exactly. No, I totally get that. And it's like that's the thing is if you think that way with the small stuff we have, like look at the
Right.
like there's such a bigger picture, and it's like
Hmm.
if we can get that understanding, I think people there's a respect for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's super cool.
No.
One important thing you should probably mention about the stargazing, um, the last couple nights is no Bigfoots. No.
We try.
Yeah.
We try. But that's the thing is you think a comet, you think you'd come out.
Yeah. You think he'd want to check it out?
you
I mean,
know,
he probably was, but you think he'd want to check it out with me?
right? Yeah. Because we're just like, dude, let's just chill. Let's
Yeah.
hang, let's watch it.
Just I'd just be like, hey, what's up, man? My name's Mark. What's yours?
N- Hoping that they've adopted, our English
Yeah.
language.
Yeah,
If not,
hoping. Who knows? Maybe he speaks like Spanish.
right? Hola, ¿cómo está?
I'd be like,
No,
oh crap. Do you know French?
yeah,
Pas
exactly.
français? No.
I, I mean, who knows? Maybe it was just a humanoid, like a hairy humanoid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows? But I think part of it is it gets us out there. It gets us looking. We saw a cool
Oh, for
comet.
sure.
Oh, and like that's the other thing. As I was driving up the Beartooth Pass, like what animals do you see on the Beartooth Pass?
Uh,
Like on the like where you're on the side of the cliff going up. Not the top part, but the like cliff part going up.
marmots?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Like normally like squirrels, marmots, like
Yeah.
small animals.
Yeah.
No, dude, there's this deer in the middle of the road.
Uh,
Like 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 I don't think that like the mountain's really steep at these points. Like you don't really see deer climbing steep. They do, they can,
hey man. He's
but
he's on a mission.
it was just like, dude, what are you doing
He's
in
on
the
a
middle of the
mission.
road?
He's on a mission.
I
I
guess.
did I did like this huge bike ride yesterday and took me all the way. I went to like this viewing tower point in Astoria, but then I went down to just check on the food cart in case they needed anything. And I'm literally just in the middle of town and I see a deer just walking like he's on his way to the supermarket or something. And then
So
on my way out, again I saw another deer. They're just chilling like literally in town.
I see them. I've seen them on the coast before in Oregon.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, they're here, but I mean like this was
Hound deer are weird though.
yeah.
They know what the fuck they're doing.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Oh, for sure.
like so. I got two stories when it comes to this. Right? Well, three actually. Two of them are different animals. But like town deer, they figured it out. They're going to eat the green grass.
Yep.
They're going to go to the dump. They're going to eat the trash. They're the weird deer. They're inbred as fuck, and they survive. It's weird because I think it's just like a tight niche of them, Especially living here in Montana, where like I just drive 10 miles to get out of town. That's where the normal deer live.
Yeah,
But when
yeah.
they come into town and they start interacting with humans, it gets weird.
Well, it's like what is it? Raccoons. Raccoons that live in the forests get hit by cars more than raccoons that live in the cities.
which is interesting.
because yeah, right, you would think the raccoons in the cities would, because they're exposed to it a lot more, but because they are exposed to it a lot more, they learn how to navigate their world to where they don't get ran over, whereas the forest ones are like, oh my god, what is that? So
Yeah, well, that makes sense because you'll see them climb like telephone wires and stuff.
yeah, so it's just learning your environment. It's the same thing like the elk and mammoth in Yellowstone.
So,
you know
yeah, that's true.
they've learned how to survive and live a pretty good life.
That's true. My second story is it was a really foggy time here in Billings, and we had antelope. We have antelope that live in town, but they live in the heights, and this wasn't the heights. So I don't know how the antelope got here. And it was a really foggy night, and really like it was really foggy. So you saw the car headlights and stuff, and in the glow of the headlights, you see this just herd of antelope running down like one of our main streets, down
Yeah.
Rimrock Road, just straight down this road. Like a herd of like 15 of them. You're like, what is going
Yeah,
on? Like,
that'd be weird.
nuts.
Be
It
weird.
was a weird experience. And
Yeah.
then my last story, because you had the deer coming into the seaside. So in Billings, this happens like once every like 35 years. Because like moose are a weird creature. They'll walk down rivers. They'll wander places like just because they're just wandering. I think they're just wandering moose. They're an apex type, not predator, but they're an
Yeah,
apex type.
they just have a wandering way about them.
Yeah, they really do.
Mm-hmm.
And they they wander down the river, right? They really do. And he ended up in downtown Billings. We had a moose in downtown running around.
Shoot.
And yeah, they're interesting folk.
No, that's yeah. I mean, moose are cool regardless.
Oh, love a
We
moose.
we've gone into moose before on this podcast, so
We've seen
if
quite a
you're
few moose.
if you're curious, to the listeners out there, if you're curious, we like moose or moosei. So they're
Yeah, they're a cool one.
yeah.
There's a respect for moose.
Mm-hmm. Easily for a moose.
And yeah, I wouldn't fuck with one.
No, what
They
a
do get drunk on apples though.
yeah, which is funny. Which is funny. But
Ferments in their system.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, what was it? Another one of my bike rides. I don't know. I don't think when you came out this way, I took you to it, but there's an old shipwreck just up.
I want to see it. Yeah, out in Seaside, Oregon is where he's at, folks.
Yeah, Seaside, Astoria mostly. Just start plugging Astoria more. It's a better place. But Peter Iredale.
From bumfuck the coast, Mark.
Yeah, it's a top corner. That's all you really need. Shape Oregon, right? There's that little notch in the top left corner. That's the place. Oh, actually, no. This is kind of a sad story. But so Astoria, there's a bridge that goes from Oregon over to Washington. It's a big bridge, right? Crosses the Columbia River. They closed it down yesterday because they had a jumper. They had a guy all the way at the top, and I mean he's at like the top of it, and I had to go through town, right? And it was closed. I'm like driving my car, and sure enough, I could see him up there, and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I don't know whatever happened to him. Hopefully he got down safe, and he's doing fine. But it's it's crazy. It was nuts. The other thing that was kind of crazy is the number of people just all there watching this guy. I'm like, they weren't like close because they shut down the bridge and only trained professionals, people who are supposed to be up by this guy, are up by this guy. But it is a bridge. It's a clear day. People are scattered on the side just looking up at this guy.
I mean, people are curious.
Yeah, people, people want to see something exciting. They want to be able to go home, and they want to be able to call their loved ones or talk to their loved ones or whatnot and say, man, you know what I saw today?
Yeah, but what if one of those spectators, and this is how I want to beat you with this one. Just so
Oh,
you
it's
know,
fine. It's fine.
what if one of those spectators saw that day, was contemplating going home himself, calling it quits, and was like, I can't, and he because of that.
I mean,
So
that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome, right?
you gotta
But you
think
can
that
also
way.
have the complete opposite. You can have someone there seeing all these people and
Oh,
going like, "Oh man, if I do what that guy's doing, I can get a crowd." So you can get copycats too.
that's true, dude.
So
Let's just go see nature, guys.
yeah, go out there. Remember, you're
Yeah,
loved.
it's so much cooler.
Yeah, it is. It's way
You
cool.
can figure it out. We can all figure it out.
Yeah, it's a beautiful bridge. It is.
Yeah.
You know, I on my bike ride when I got up to it's called the Astoria Column. It was a clear day. I mean, you could see the bridge and the water and all that. It was fantastic. I'm gonna have a picture on my phone that I can. Well, here actually, I might be able to get it up on the screen too. But I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous area.
Hmm. Yeah, I actually, you bring up that story, and it makes me think because I remember when I toured the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, man. They
Yeah,
brought
oh,
that
that's
up.
such a cool bridge too.
They brought that up that like so many people a year like
Yep.
attempt it. Yeah, it's nuts. Like it's nuts to think like that's not cool,
So
guys.
there's the bridge.
Oh, beautiful bridge,
So
beautiful. Was that your
yeah,
new
no, it
bridge?
was a gorgeous day. Um, you know, but that's the Columbia River, right? This is the Oregon side, and the land over on the other side, that's Washington, the state of Washington.
So
So you
what
can
I
see
don't
right
get
there where
here,
it is. But
like what I don't get is why is the bridge built like that?
that's a so that's for the port for the big cargo ships to get under.
Oh, that makes sense actually.
They'll go and go under it to get out to the ocean and stuff because you know y- this is like the Pacific Ocean's not far from this spot, and actually what they've noticed the last couple of years, or at least I don't know the last time it's happened, but they've actually seen whales in this bay here.
That's
So
what I've
like
heard.
literally on the other side of that bridge that we're looking at, they've seen whales, which is crazy. I've seen them. I've seen the whale in that spot.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who can't see this, it is a
Yeah.
beautiful bridge.
And then here's the other side of that view from
You
the
could
other
probably
point of view, from the other side of where I
beautiful.
was.
You could probably Google Astoria, Oregon. You'll be able to see it. If not, just go check out our YouTube, Quartz Lake Productions. That's where the video portion of this podcast will be.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see these cool pictures. Like, dang, dude, like we truly do live in a beautiful place if you take a look at it.
Yeah.
Just sit back, relax, take a look at it.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. We are
Yeah.
very fortunate to be able to do this kind of stuff.
Well, and that's the thing is what people don't understand is it's not planning the big trip to Yellowstone or planning the big trip to Glacier. It's
No,
I'm gonna go out of town for the weekend. I'm gonna go to Red Lodge. It's 40 miles away. I'm gonna go up in the Beartooths. I mean, yeah, I'll do it on a Thursday night or a Monday night, just because I want to. But that's me. I mean, think about like if you're living in LA, you drive a couple hours, you're out of town, you can be in the mountains hiking. If
yeah.
you're in Seattle, you can take a ferry and get over to Olympic National Park for a weekend.
Yeah, and it's not even about going and spending like a whole weekend, maybe you just got like a couple hours, you can go take a walk through a park. You can be in New York City and you can go to Central Park and literally go just walk through the park, that's
Yeah,
getting your nature feel.
and I think people don't realize this too. Like humans, we were animals.
Yeah.
We are animals. We're in the same kind of thing, and when you connect yourself with the planet that created you, that came, you know, everything, how we're all connected, you know, that same basic structure, you know, when you're connected to it, I think with this the man world we've had, when you could find time to be in nature, it's good for you. It's good for the soul. It's good for you.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, we're as a humans, we want to be in nature, you know. Like another great example is like golf courses, right? You don't think of that as being out in a nature field, but what's one of the main things people talk about when you're talking about golf courses, like, oh, it's such a beautiful course. And there's a reason why they lay it out in all those different ways. So then that way they can go and, like, even though you're not, say, in the woods camping or whatnot, but you're still getting that nature feel. You know,
Mhm.
there's lakes, trees,
Nature.
bunkers, you know.
You
Yeah,
get
it's
you see
aspects of nature.
you see every once in a while a black bear on the course,
Oh
or
yeah, some courses.
you know, and I think when you bring up a good thing, golf, that's a big part of who you are.
Yeah, I'm
um
a big golfer.
Golf is a fun sport. I've thought about this. I want to see like an extreme golf course. I want to see a golf course in like Canada on a mountain where these PGA guys, you know, where it's literally hitting like this little patch on this mountain, and you take this bridge over to the patch here, like these like cool courses in these extreme places. Then you go like a volcano course in like
Yeah.
Iceland. Like, why not?
I mean, yeah, it'd be crazy to see. I'm sure there are a lot of beautiful courses out there that you don't see on TV when you're watching PGA golf or whatnot.
No, exactly.
So
Well, I
yeah.
mean, even local ones. People don't understand. People in their local areas take care of their things because they like them.
Yeah.
So if you are, yeah, you go to your local golf course, there are people there that love being there, that care about it. That, yeah,
Yeah.
there's people that aren't, but you know, generally you can find those places because that's just how we work, and you'll be able to get that experience. I think that if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah. No, it's what makes this world amazing that we live in. So it makes the people in this world amazing. Yeah, sure. I'll be the first person to tell you, I really hate people because there are a lot of dumb idiots out there. But at the same time, I love people because there's so many people out there that are doing so many wonderful things. Whether it's like, I mean, I always get a big kick out of these weird sculptures when we go on hikes, or the stacked rocks and stuff, or people build a bridge because they got tired of crossing a river. You know, there's goes from small things to big things. You know, it's really cool to see. But again, you know, you do get dumb people. Like, I went to Thor's well, and I thought I was going to watch someone die that day because the waves were crazy right on the ocean, and people are going up, setting up their cameras and all that, like they're going to take. So I don't blame them, right? It's super cool to get pictures and of it, all that. But wave came up, they got tossed around like bowling ball pins. You know, one guy I think broke his foot because of it.
Or Yellowstone Park and the people in the
Yeah,
bison, man. Like, I mean, we've felt the pressure of a bison simply as we were viewing it one time. There was
yeah,
us, there was some other tourists taking pictures of the same bison. I want to say we were calm. We weren't moving around. There were people moving around us, but this bison was walking straight towards you and I, and I sure as heck he could have tossed us if he wanted to.
oh yeah,
And you could feel that he wanted us to back away from him, and we did,
yeah.
because you could feel it, and we were a little too close. But yeah, that people don't get that
No,
places,
no,
and you
I
gotta
remember
realize
that.
that.
I remember that. Now he took one look at us. He looked at us one certain way, and I was like, "All right, I'm out, dude. Like, I'm gonna give you your space."
And that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, I didn't
But
even give him a chance to double think it.
no, and you don't with animals,
No,
and especially like a bison in Yellowstone Park.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, it's been. I mean, that's the thing, is you got to be smart when it comes to nature.
Yeah,
Gotta
you
be.
gotta be smart when it comes to anything. There's a lot of easy ways you can be dumb out there.
Oh, exactly.
But, you know,
It's life.
yeah, we live in a great world where we can do things like this, so might as well. I'm gonna try and whip up something so people can see what Thor's well looks like because I think
Oh
it's
yeah,
cool. I
that's
actually have a video of it, so
in Thor's Well. It's on the Oregon coast.
yeah, it's on the Oregon coast. Cape Perpetua is what it's the area it's called.
And you could go. You can see it if you're on Pacific Coast Highway 101.
Highway 101. There's
Um,
literally like a pull out for it. It's super cool. It's
it's a
actually really cool. Um, but so here's the
There
video
it is. Look at
for you
this. Here's the
guys.
video for you, those watching.
Yeah.
Um,
So you're right on the ocean for this, but it's this water and it just kind of sucks into that hole right there. It is really cool to see. I encourage if you guys happen to be there in that area, check it out. Took this with the old GoPro. Still use the GoPro, but it's like a Hero 4. But yeah, it's super cool. I mean,
yeah,
that's the Pacific Ocean right there, people.
it's the largest ocean in the world.
That's true. The largest ocean in the world.
Exactly.
It's huge.
And it is. It truly is. Another cool spot along the Pacific Coast Highway stop is the Devil's Punch Bowl.
Oh yeah,
I
Devil's
like
Punch
that
Bowl is
one.
really
That's a
cool.
cool one.
Yeah.
It's just some of
See
those
if I can
little.
get a picture of
If you
that.
like rocks and the ocean and the formations that they have, the
Yeah.
Pacific Coast is the place to be. Especially the Oregon coast. There's some really cool rock stuff all up and
Yeah.
down, and wildlife. You get whales, you get otters, fish.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool place.
Yeah, Devil's Punch Bowl. I know I have a picture of it.
Well, we've been there a few times.
I know.
And
One of
it's an
them's on my Instagram. That's why I know I have a picture of it.
But yeah, no,
Like my
I
early days of Instagram too.
exactly. I remember when you first got Instagram, man. That was
I was late to the game, if anyone was curious.
yeah, way late.
Yeah,
So was
this
I
picture
though.
doesn't do it justice, everybody.
Yeah, because
But
it's 272 weeks ago,
yeah,
May 4th, 2015. Oh, 5 likes. Love it. 5 likes.
yeah, super early in the game. Super early in the game.
But
But
for those of
it's cool
you
to see this
listening,
rock and looks. That's another pull out you can just go to. So
yeah, for those of you listening, the Devil's Punch Bowl is like this bowl on the coast, and there's like this hole at the bottom of the bowl that lets the water in from the ocean.
mm-hmm.
The Devil's Punch Bowl.
That's
It's
why
kind of
they
red.
call it
I
that.
think that's why it's red.
Yeah, but no, it's love that kind of stuff.
Well, and lighthouses too. I think the lighthouses on the coast are kind of cool. People kind of underlook those, but
Yeah,
it's so cool.
yeah. There's a lighthouse. You can't go to it here, but mainly because it's like out on these rocks, and the only time you can actually walk to it is if it's like a low tide. But the waves are normally crazy, so it's like super dangerous. So you really don't want to go to it. I don't even think they use it anymore, to be honest. It's
Mm.
kind of I heard that it's like haunted and all this stuff, but that could be
Yeah,
hearsay. But there's a couple others along the whole coast there. Even in Northern California, in Trinidad, California, which is near Humboldt, there's a lighthouse there. So
yeah. No, it's a really cool place for sure.
mhm.
I
Which
mean,
is on the 101 also.
yeah,
So
that would be a fun drive. I think for a big trip, if you want to do a big trip, start down south in San Diego,
take the 101 all the way.
all the way up.
I would take the detour and do Highway 1 in California because I heard that's just gorgeous. So it'd be
Well,
worth to go and do that one.
well, there you go.
Yeah.
There's some activities for people to do.
plenty.
No, I mean, man, this is, we just live in such a cool place, and to go see this shit is, make it happen. Get in the Renegade, get in the Rougarou,
Yeah, the
drive,
Rougarou.
and go find Bigfoot.
Go look for that Rougarou.
Oh man, that's why we need sponsors, because we will go to these places. We will go to Iceland. We will go to Patagonia. We will go to Antarctica. We'll just tell you what it's like from
Yeah,
our perspective. We'll just say, let's be real. The food sucked and it was like this. No, I'm just kidding. But it would be, I feel like you got to look at it holistically, and we do that. And we're going to do that for you folk. So,
we want to do it for you guys,
yeah, exactly.
So.
If not, whatever, we'll keep doing this. We'll do it for ourselves.
Oh yeah, always. I always do everything for myself, and I just hope other people enjoy it, and I can help inspire them to it as well.
Exactly. No, I think that's the thing, is you gotta be a little selfish in that sense, but
yeah, you do.
at the same time too. Oh, look at that picture. The Rougarou, the Jeep, man.
Yep. This is the Rougarou for anybody. We're literally on Instagram for just our listeners. So
yeah, you guys, you're gonna have to watch and listen and do both and subscribe and help us get them followers. But we want to thank you for listening as we talk about this stuff, because I mean, we are trying to paint a picture for you guys to hear. As you can see here, this is the Rougarou. A lot of you guys might follow the Instagram already. If you came over to listen, thank you for doing that. You guys are a huge support. Thanks for the love. But yeah, no, here it is. Took this photo of the car, man. I hate taking pictures at night of objects, because you really have to mess around with them and have the patience and time to do it. And when it's like 47 degrees and windy out, it's kind of a pain. And that's what this is. I'm sitting out. You can see the Neowise comet again.
you can also see that shooting star you were talking about earlier.
That's exactly what I was going to point out. Yeah, in the same photo. And then the bear tooth. I think that's the bear tooth of the Beartooth Mountains in the background. Beartooth Mountains are like a Montana, northern Wyoming icon. If you're going to Yellowstone Park, Cook City to Red Lodge, make it happen. It's so worth it. You'll thank me, and I just do it. I mean, Mark, how many times you've done it? 1 or 2 times yourself?
Done it twice.
Twice. Oh,
it's super cool.
It's a cool spot.
Yeah, you can see a lot of the snow gets crazy up there. I know I have a picture of the snow there.
Yeah, the drifts are. I mean, and that's the thing, is it's not. I mean, in the winter, yeah, it's all that tall if you think about it.
Yeah.
But a lot of these by this summer, because they have to plow through them, is the drifts, and man, you're going through like 23, 24-foot drifts.
Yep.
Just walls of snow. Yeah. People like to write their names in it, do different things. You go early in May when they open it up, you'll see skiers skiing down the mountain there. And like, that's some extreme skiing, because it's not nice ski runs, it's the back country. It's the real deal. You'll see snowmobilers up there. It's some cool stuff.
Yeah, like, it's super cool.
Well, the people that live in Cook City themselves, they in the winter they'll use snowmobiles. They won't even use their cars, or some of them will put like tread on their cars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of communities up. That's how high up in the mountains they live in, and it's just cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm trying to find a good picture of the snow.
Well, and that's what I want. I want to.
I know I have one somewhere. It might have been a story on my Instagram.
Oh, maybe it might have also been on Facebook, but
I'm not on Facebook enough, so I know it's not on Facebook.
Oh, okay. But no, yeah, that's what, like, when I was in the Bighorn Mountains, which are south of Billings, just little east of the Beartooths, southeast of the Beartooths, there's the medicine wheel that has been there for thousands of years. The Native American people built it, which is kind of close. And what's cool about it is it's built on some of the oldest geological rock in the Rocky Mountains. And they have found thousands of structures like that in the Rocky Mountains, all the way down from like to, northern New Mexico, all the way up into Canada, of these
Yeah.
medicine wheel like things. But it's on the oldest rocks
Yeah.
of the Rocky Mountains. And it's kind of interesting to think about. But there were some big drifts up there when we went up there, and I was at early May with Matt, buddy, and it was. I think I'm going to go back up soon to go check out that because it was all snowed in. We couldn't get up. We couldn't get up here. That was
I remember when you were talking about it. So
yeah.
I think you should.
Mhm.
I want to see the pictures of it because I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to get out there to actually see it is. So
Yeah, it's a cool drive. That's a cool area.
yeah, that's what you're saying. So it'd be kind of cool to see, get some, hopefully get me fired up to get back out there. So
It's a good day trip, I think.
solid.
Because you could camp, you could you could stay. There's some like hotels and lodges back there. It kind of looked like it was
Yeah.
kind of interesting. Because you're going in between, and then you drive over the Bighorn River. The Bighorn River is actually really cool, and it's a national recreation area, NRA, I think. It's a really cool river. It's in this canyon. Probably show you that too next time you're out here. We'll go down there, and that's actually part of it's on the Crow Reservation. So,
Well, we went out there. Gosh, how that was
2016.
yeah.
Spring break,
Was it
2016.
2016?
Yes, sir.
I went out there and we went to the Battle of Bighorn.
Yes, Battle of Little Bighorn. Yeah.
Yeah, I always call it big sheep, little horn, or big horn, little sheep, or something like that, because I get the name screwed up all the time.
Well, because a lot of people refer to it as Custer's Last Stand, but because a lot of the employees that work the battlefield are Native American, they're from the Crow Reservation. The land itself was purchased from the Crow by the National Park Service. They renamed it to Battle of Little Bighorn because that was a victory for American Indian people, and that is on American Indian land. It's surrounded by American Indian land. So it's a battle fought and won on American Indian land, so therefore it's named after that. It's
Yeah,
same way.
it's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
remember going. I remember it being pretty cool. That was a cool trip too. That was the first time we went out to Devil's Tower.
Yes. Yeah,
Which
that was
Devil's
fun.
Tower is really cool.
Yeah, and that's another to the Sioux people. That's the bear. They call
Oh,
it the
that's
Bear
right.
Lodge.
Yeah. I got it. We can play that video too if we actually wanted.
Go for it.
Of
I
that.
think that'd be cool for people to see on the YouTube. I think that would be a cool maybe next episode for people because I think that was a fun trip. That was one of our first Quartz Lake trips, if you must.
Yeah.
Where we really started pushing the brand.
Yeah.
And
yeah, well, we're
Buddy was
almost
with
out
us.
of time, so I don't want to go talk about it too much.
Well, Matt Buddy was with us, so maybe we could have Matt on again.
Oh yeah, have Matt talk again. Actually, I'm not going to talk on air because I want to keep it a bit of a surprise. But I may have a potential guest who wants to be on the podcast.
Oh my God!
I think it would be a fun podcast to do. So that will be
you have a surprise,
a little surprise here in the future.
Oh my gosh!
So look out for that. I mean, I'm going to talk to you once we're off about it.
Ooh,
but
I like this. I'm going to know.
We are actually also at our hour, which perfect cliffhanger. We got a trip. Maybe have Matt Buddy on next time to talk about it. Maybe have another guest in the future. That could be a lot of fun to talk to. Anyways, final words, my man.
Oh man. Well, I think I'm excited for talking about Devil's Tower, the South Dakota trip, for the next episode. I think that that'll be a fun one. That was Quartz Lake OG days. When we wanted to start this and get this kicked off. So that'll be fun to talk about now and reminisce on. And glad you guys will be with us. And I just want to thank you guys for listening, all 14 of you. I'm making that number up.
Our numbers have gone up, even though they're made up. Before it was like all 3.
Right. Well, I gotta be kind of realistic here, but no,
Our fake listeners are improving.
Right. I'm making more accounts.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'm just thankful for that. And, like I said, like we said, go out, find your nature,
Mhm. Yeah, no. Amen, man. I love it.
Amen.
I love it.
Amen from the Reverend.
Yeah. Amen from the Reverend. Reverend's final words of wisdom today. Stay beautiful. You guys are amazing as always. Can't tell you how much I appreciate every single one of you out of that 14 that's listening. But yeah, kind of just echoing what we talked about today. Go out and enjoy some nature, whether it's just a walk, a bike ride, go do some Tai Chi in the park, or go play some golf. Get that kind of nature. Just go out, enjoy it. I don't think you'll regret it.
No,
But,
never.
no, you won't. But with that being said, peace out, everybody.